So now we're going to talk about seeding. This is a really important topic that can be a little difficult for people that are just getting started. So I'm going to basically lay out how seeding is different in the soil blocks and some of the advantages of using soil blocks for seeding. First off, one of the advantages of using the soil block is that the medium is already saturated. So whenever I'm seeding, I don't need to water again. I can just let the moisture saturate the seed and allow germination to take off. Normally, I'm not even watering again until germination has occurred. The other thing to think about whenever you're using the soil blocks is figuring out which soil block works best for the crop that you're going to be seeding. So the smaller the seed, the smaller the block you'd start off with. So things like brassicas, onions, lettuce, anything in the tomato, pepper, eggplant family could go in the smaller blocks. That is because that seed is really small, and also because things like the tomatoes and the peppers, the eggplants can be potted on into the next size. You can start on the medium size with those crops, though that is a bit small for the final tomato plant you'd want to transplant. Another reason why you might want to start with the smaller blocks on things like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants is they can have a little bit of tricky germination, or maybe even low germination rates if you're using old seeds or seeds that you've saved. So using the smaller blocks, you don't waste as much soil. If I started in these blocks and half of them germinated, I've wasted all that soil. So this will help give you the best rate of germination, and then also you can take just the best plants and pot those on. The other thing to think about is the size of the seed for larger plants. So the medium-sized block comes with two different size dibbles, a shallow and a deep. The shallow would be for small seeds as well, things like maybe basil, tomatoes or peppers, though again, I would start those in the smaller one. The longer dibble on the medium block is going to be perfect for things like sunflowers, pumpkins, cucumbers, anything that has a much larger seed that really needs some soil to push against so it doesn't come out of the top. These are also going to benefit, these bigger seeds, with having a little bit of material added to the top. This will help keep it more moist, but also allow some pressure to where it roots downwards and doesn't push itself up out of the soil block. You can do that by either using vermiculite, sand, or a lot of times I'll just use the dry potting mix and be able to go right over the top to gently cover my seeds.